Hey guys, Leon here, and so I'm going to start making a new series on how to pick your fish. It's going to be called How to Pick, and then the fish. So today it's going to be how to pick Plecos. Plecos are essential, or maybe not essential. There are other fish that can eat algae too, but they're the most popular algae eating fish out there. But oftentimes people don't realize the consequences from just buying the common Pleco. You see, when you go to PetSmart or Petco, they're not quite as knowledgeable. Not saying they're not knowledgeable, but just not quite as knowledgeable as your cell phone pet stores, such as, like for example, in my area, Tropic Isle, Uncle Ned's, Lovely Pets. No, they just really don't know what to give to you. So they often be like, here, common Pleco on sale, $1. And what do? You go buy the fish. What you don't know is that 3 years later, that fish is going to be 2.5 feet long. And then what are you going to do? 2.5 foot long fish sitting in your house. How are you going to keep that? So, not many people, well, not saying not many people, but a lot of people don't realize there are a lot of Plecos out there to choose from. Some do a better job of algae eating, some get big, some stay small, some don't do as good of a job of algae eating. So I'm just kind of going to go through the major ones and talk to you about them. First things first, the common Pleco. This guy is big. It starts small. They usually sell them at about this big for small, this big for medium, and then this big for large. And then, for example, at some of the cell phone stores, like this big for extra large. Yeah, it's pretty big. These guys get to a span of maximum 3 feet, and they do a fairly good job of eating your algae, and they do like to be in groups. Well, I mean, they don't necessarily need to be in groups, but they enjoy company of other Plecos. Next one I'm going to go to is the clown Pleco. This guy stays small, like 4 inches max. Boom. However, the consequences, worst Pleco ever. Not worst, but it does terrible jobs of eating algae. If you have driftwood in plants, it's really just going to eat up your driftwood instead. So, really, if you're going to go for an effective algae eating Pleco, if you got driftwood in the tank, don't put a clown Pleco in there. It's just not going to eat as much algae as you want it to. Now, say for like 20 tall, which you guys can see over there, it's got 2 clown Plecos in there, but it does not have any driftwood, so therefore the only option they have is to eat the algae, and therefore they do somewhat of a good job. Next one I'm going to talk about is the ancestors. So the ancestors are small Plecos. They get to about this big. Most pet stores will sell them to you at like this big. These guys are commonly albino, and they do a pretty good job of eating algae, although from my experiences they do hide some. Next one I'm going to talk about are the chocolate Plecos. They're called chocolate, albino chocolate. They're just literally plain brown Plecos that get as big as the normal, so common Plecos, like 3 feet long about. Now, they're pretty good Plecos. However, they do like being in groups. You see them, they're always clustered together. So, clown Plecos do a good job alone, but they can clean in tag teams better. Next one I'm going to talk about is a bristlenose. These are probably my favorite Plecos. They do an amazing job of cleaning. They clean the whole thing up very quickly, and they are one of the most effective Plecos on the market. They get to about 6 inches long, so like this much, this big. So 6 inches to a foot, I should probably say. So you could probably squeeze them into a 20 tall. However, I'd say they'd probably be happiest in a 30 or larger. And last but not least, I'm going to talk a little bit about there's so many to choose from. I'm going to talk a little bit about the royal Plecos. Platinum Plecos are basically, the quality is like the common Pleco. They're good quality Plecos. They don't get quite as long. They get to maybe like 8 to 12 inches. So they're like this. They're like off the screen. But they're beautiful. They're striped. They're usually around 30 to 50 bucks. But instead of getting long, so if I can position my fingers, instead of getting long but slim, they get short and fat. So you see really wide and tall Plecos. Whereas your normal Pleco might be here, these guys might be like here. With a nice big hump, big eyes. So that's all I'm going to do on the how to pick your fish Plecos episode 1. So be sure to watch. I'm sure I'm going to be posting more how to pick your fish videos. And I'll see you guys later. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.